sorry, but if you were a true introvert, those 2 minutes of small talk would have literally killed you. Literally. Well, thanks for inviting me over. Oh, sure. What, has it been like 3 or 4 months since we've gotten together? We are so overdue for some catching up. So anything new with you? Not really. Seems like I rarely go anywhere these days. Yeah, me too. I don't mind it at all though. My alone time is absolutely vital to me. Oh, I totally get what you mean. As an introvert, it can be incredibly draining to spend even 2 hours at a party. You can spend 2 full hours at a party? Wow, I'm usually gone after 30 minutes. Really? Yeah, I must get overstimulated much quicker than you do in social situations. Well, to be fair, I usually spend most of that time playing with someone's dog, so. Yeah, but I'm sure I crave way more solitude than you do. Well, I bet I have you beat when it comes to overthinking literally everything. Really? Yeah, in fact, just yesterday, I spent the entire day agonizing over how incredibly stupid I sounded after a store employee told me, "Thanks for coming in," and I replied, "You too." And of course, right before that, I was overanalyzing how suspicious I would look for walking into the store and leaving without buying anything. You think that's bad? I once spent 45 minutes in the grocery store struggling over which flavor of ice cream I should buy. That's nothing. Okay, I spent 5 days on Amazon researching every single detail, every single specification, every single review on just one product. And then I didn't even end up purchasing it because I was so overwhelmed by the ton of information. And you know what the product was? What? A spatula. Is that right? Yep. But didn't I see you last week at the store paying for your groceries at a regular checkout stand, talking to a regular human being? And your point? I'm sorry, but if you were a true introvert, those 2 minutes of small talk would have literally killed you. Literally. Well, what else was I supposed to do? Okay, the self-checkout lanes were insane. Bitch, last weekend, I spent 18 minutes in the self-checkout line, and all of the regular check stands were wide open. Well, I've perfected the art of pretending not to recognize anyone I know in public. In fact, I could win an Oscar for my many performances in Target. But have you been on your way out only to wait inside your home for 57 minutes while your neighbor weeded her front lawn just so you could avoid those few minutes of idle chit-chat? No, but I even missed my doctor's appointment for it. But I guess that's what you do when you're a hardcore introvert. Oh yeah? Well, I bet you can't beat my FaceTime record. FaceTime record? Yep, only used it once in my entire life. And I only did it because my grandpa was on his deathbed and there was no way in hell I was going to come to his bedside when his house was teeming with every single one of my relatives. Well, guess what? I haven't answered a phone call since 2018. Because you have no friends. And proud of it. Well, I legit had an anxiety attack yesterday when my aunt showed up at my house unannounced. Amateur. I literally have a brain aneurysm every single time that happens to me. Well, you know what? I introvert so hard, I literally pray every single night for another deadly pandemic that forces everyone to isolate inside their homes for another 2 years. In fact, make it 4, 5, 6, 10. I'd be in heaven. Hopefully not from some virus though. Well, I introvert so hard, I'm never having kids because I know that would mean sacrificing my alone time for at least 18 years, and there ain't no way in hell I am giving that up. Oh yeah? Well, I'm not gonna have kids or get married, okay? Because I'm just gonna live in a log cabin in the middle of nowhere so that I never ever have to see or speak to a living soul, and I'll just live off of books, Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Postmates. That way, when I die, no one will know. So I won't have to worry / imagine every single dilemma I've invented in my own head in regards to burdening my family with funeral arrangements, costs, grief, and heartache. And that, my dear, is what you call being a hardcore introvert.